Good day, everybody. It has been a while since we have talked about everything I have sewn. In fact, I think it was last July in which we did a video where I showed you everything I had sewn up until that point, and so now it's time for that again, except from the end of that point up until now. I even found the one shirt that I couldn't find last video, so you can finally see that one. It still remains one of my favorites. I thought we're going to be taking clothes on and off. We're going with a sewing themed microphone today, and it was either this or the scissors, and something told me that the scissors with a pointy end maybe wasn't the best option. I think it's pretty cute. It's also kind of fun to just hold something in your hand. It makes me feel official, so that's fun. All right, I have quite a few items to show you. A lot of pants, honestly. We'll do like a brief chat about each item. Nothing too crazy because we all know I could just talk, and then no one really cares that much. So I will try to be concise about it, right? But I just thought it was time to share with you everything that I have sewn since last July, basically. Let's just put some clothes on, all right? Let's do it. It's fashion show time. Welcome to the fashion show. Here we have our first item. This is my house dress. I had been dreaming of a house dress for the cold weather, because it's freezing cold in here, a winter in the cold months, and I needed just like a flannel, warm, cozy house dress to throw on, even over top of pants, over top of sweaters, to layer with things, to be cozy. And so I came up with this. Now this is the Jenna shirt and shirt dress from Closet Core, and I made it out of this flannel. I made so many mistakes because this is my very first time doing anything with like this kind of actual collar with like a stand and everything. And this took me quite a few months to make because I kept getting frustrated and confused, so I would just stop sewing for weeks at a time. But I slowly got it done, and I love it so much. I never fully finished it. You know, there should be buttons here, but I was like, you know what? We're gonna leave it open. I kind of like it. Loosey-goosey, a little bit of breathing, a little bit of ventilation. And then if I'm also like, you know, layering, it's just, I don't know, it works, okay? It works for me. I love this so very, very much. It's so warm, it's so cozy. Looking back on it, the pattern, very easy to follow. The instructions, very easy to follow. I think my brain just wasn't quite in the headspace to be following instructions at that point in time. I don't know why, okay? Just was. But this is it. I love it very, very much. Next up, we have on our Ashton top from Helen's Closet. Now this was a shirt that I could not find last video that I love so much. I wear this constantly. I don't know why I haven't made more. It's just like this one is so perfect. I can't bear to make another one that could like compete with it. You know what I mean? I love this shirt so much. It's great. That's all I can say about it. I love it. You should make this shirt. Also, I am wearing my ginger jeans, Closet Core ginger jeans. This is my very first pair of pants that involved like a zipper fly. And it didn't go that great because what's happening here? I don't know what in the world I did there, but the fly just constantly sticks open like that. And when I look at the inside construction, not great. Something weird happened in there. I definitely confused some steps at some point in time, and that is bizarre. But other than that, for my first pair of pants that involved top stitching, for being a stretchy, kind of skinny jean, you know, I got pockets and a waistband and stuff. The construction, I think, I did a pretty dang good job on for being my first pair of pants like this, other than the fly issue. And honestly, I wear these to work all the time because an apron just covers this. No one's gonna see it. They're very, very comfortable as work pants, and so for that reason, I can't hate them. They get worn, and how can you be upset about that? And in the end, the pockets don't end up being that deep. The pocket is only this deep. And my phone doesn't really fit in there that well. And in the year 2025, I simply cannot be having a pair of pants that my phone doesn't fit in. That's just not nice. It does fit. Hello, sweetheart. You have a flipped ear. Hi. Oh, hello. She jumps so high. Let me fix your ears. Stop flipping your ears over. Did you want to say hi? Now I forget what I was saying. Oh yeah, the pockets, not deep enough. I now know there are other methods of pockets that I like better, but yeah, these are my first pair of hard pants, my Closet Core ginger jeans. Love them. Let's move on. Next up, we have the Cassidy Wrap top from Helen's Closet, and I love Helen's Closet patterns. They're all very simple, very basic, and that's very much my style. I like that a lot, and her instructions are just top notch. As wrap tops go, sometimes you end up getting a little bit of a gapage and exposure but I think you could just super easily put like a little snap or something in there. It would hold it closed a little bit better. But also you could just wear like a bandeau bra or something, or maybe you don't care. Maybe a little bit of cleavage is sassy and cute and you like that, and that's cool too. In the summer, I wear this shirt a lot. I love this color so much. It is a like candy pink linen from Blackbird Fabrics, and I'm obsessed with this color, and I'm so sad that at the time I didn't buy more of it because I only bought like, I think a meter and a half, just enough to make this shirt basically and nothing else. And I'm so sad because I love this color and I would now love to have more garments made out of it. But alas, we can't. I think they might have some other fun pink linens right now. Not exactly this color, but I love this color so much. Did I show you the back of it? This is just a very nice top. I love it very much. I think it would be fun in other fabrics as well. Maybe like a cool printed viscose or something. Your options are endless. Next up here, I'm wearing the Bloma Tank from Paradise Patterns, which is a free pattern actually for just like a knit, stretchy knit tank top pattern. I was really proud of how this tank top turned out because I thought for sure I was going to be stretching out armholes, stretching out neck holes, just having a real rough time with it, but it turned out really well. And I honestly do wear this quite often. It's not super often that I want to be wearing like a fitted style tank top or just shirt in general, but I do still reach for it. I just have it tucked in right now because I'm not going to lie to you, I did not finish the hem. And that's fine. You can do that when you make your own clothes. It's okay. And then on the bottoms, I am wearing my Sid Graham Lane pants. If you are on Instagram and following sewing people on Instagram, you'll know that people love these pants. They became sort of a viral pattern. So I made them. I was like, cool, a pair of like swishy goosey pants. And I made them. And at first, hated them because they were massive. And I even sized down 2 sizes. According to the finished garment measurements, I sized down twice because I was like, that's going to be massive. And I'm so glad that I did because if I didn't, they'd be huge. And I also ended up having to make the elastic and the waistband smaller after I finished them. And then I also took out a little bit of width in the pants. I don't know if you can really see this, but I ended up doing a seam down the front of the pants. And that's where I kind of just removed a little bit of width. Because of the cargo pockets on the side, I was like, I don't feel like I have the skills at this point in time to like take that apart and then remove width from the pants that way. And I wasn't sure if I had just taken it from the inseams, that probably wouldn't have been good either. So I just took it out from the front of the pants down and I like that little seam detail. I think it's pretty cute. I think it works pretty nicely, I'm not gonna lie. They're great pants as long as they are freshly washed and just out of the dryer, because as linen goes, when you've been wearing them for a little bit, they just get huge. Also, they are dog fur magnets. The dark green linen and dogs are not great, but I've washed them probably like 10 times or so at this point, and they are starting to get that like really soft, nice lived-in linen feel, which is very nice. And something I am new to experiencing because I'm kind of new to the linen world, and I get it now. I get why people love linen so much. I'm into it. I'm right there with you guys now. Let's move on. Here we have the Mandy Boat Tee, which is a free pattern from Cassidy Fabrics, I believe. People love this pattern. I love it as well. I really do love a boat neckline. Very nice. I made it in this I guess just like a cotton jersey that I got at Joann. She's a little bit see-through, but you know what? That's okay. If you read the reviews for this pattern, a lot of people will mention that it is quite large. It is quite generous in ease, and I took about 2 inches off of each side on the seams here just because it was so massive, and it is a little bit snug in the arms if you have biceps at all in any way. For a free pattern, you can't complain too much. It's great. I'm a sucker for like a 3/4 length sleeve. I love a, what do you call this? A raglan sleeve, a dropped sleeve. I love that because it's so much easier than a set-in sleeve. Speaking of being a sucker for a 3/4 sleeve, here we have another item. This is the Elliot sweater from Helen's Closet. Fabric is, I don't know what. It's a random one that I got from Mood and it was on sale and I was like, that texture looks really cool. And the texture is really cool. It's like kind of waffly in a way. I don't really know how to describe it, but I love it so much. This is really squishy. It was a little difficult to sew with. I definitely got a little bit of waviness going on the sleeves and well, that's why I didn't hem the bottom. Once again, Tara didn't hem the bottom of her tops. I do that a lot, all right? Don't judge me. I will not be hearing any criticisms from you about that. But I like this pattern, very comfortable. I really like this. There are different neck options, I believe, as well, and like sleeve lengths, which we love to be able to change things up. It's kind of like you buy one pattern, and then if you don't really know how to change things on your own, that information is provided for you. So it's just, again, great for beginners. I've never seen the back of it, so how's she look? How's the back of her look? Is she looking cool? Is she looking good? I don't know, you tell me. I think the stretch in this fabric was maybe not exactly what the pattern called for, because I do have a little bit of trouble getting my head in and out of this thing. But look at this. Look at this. This is awesome. This is so cozy. Sometimes you just want to like really curl up in a sweater, you know, and you can do that with this. You are just fully turtled up in a, is this a turtleneck? This is considered turtleneck, right? This isn't like mock turtleneck. This is turtleneck. I'm turtling. We're turtling over here, and we're having a good time doing it. Next up, we have the Skyline Tee from Sew House 7. I was really intrigued by the just like wide neckline of this, but I think in the future I would have to do some adjustments because it does try to fall off my shoulders a lot, so that would take some figuring out. Is maybe something that I don't really care that much about. There are other neckline options. There's like 7 neckline options I think on that pattern, and yeah, I mean, it was so fast to sew. This fabric is just a random pointelle knit that I got at Joann because it was $3 a yard or something like that, like super, super cheap. And I wanted to practice on knits. So that's why I bought this. I tried my hand at a lettuce hem with my serger, and how freaking cute is that? I also did it on the bottom of the hem of the shirt. So yeah, I mean, this is like really cozy. Sometimes in the winter I wear this to like go to bed, but then I wake up and it's like off my shoulders, like a titty's hanging out. You know how that, you know how that happens. I like the deep neckline in the back and in the front, and it's definitely a pattern that I would make again in the future and try out the other neckline options. After I made this shirt, it all just came together so quickly. I was like, what if we made like a little turtleneck version? And then I was feeling so crafty, and I was like, I'm inspired. I could draft it myself. And so basically I just took like the front pattern pieces, and then I extended the top to make like a turtleneck, and then I just measured my neck and guessed how much of a band I would need to make a little turtleneck. And I ended up with this little like tank top thing. So let's try that on. And here's how that looks. You know, some people might say they think how like wide this is looks a little weird, but I kind of like it. I don't know why. I don't know if I just like it because I like did it myself. And it didn't end up like not working. Like it worked out, you know? I just like cut off the sleeves. Once again, just something cozy and comfy to wear around the house, to wear to sleep. Honestly, this with a pair of like high-rise jeans and like a little button-up over shirt, oversized thing could be kind of cute. So after my Skyline Tee adventures, I wanted to make a vest real bad. A free vest pattern from somewhere. And here we have it. The inside, I just used like a black viscose linen from Joann, I think. I was so happy with how this turned out. Sewing with the Sherpa was a little tricky on my sewing machine, I'm not going to lie. All spring, basically, any option I had to have like a sweater on underneath or like a sweatshirt, throw on the vest, go for a dog walk. It was perfect. So warm. So freaking warm, oh my god. And I debated sewing some of the bias tape into little ties, and then so I could like tie little bows in the front to hold it closed, because sometimes in the wind it does blow open. And I can still go back and do that. I think I might. All right, I just put my Mandy Boat Tee back on. But look at these pants, you guys. After my ginger jeans, honestly, I was feeling quite discouraged about making pants with zippers, because I was just like, I don't know how I got that wrong. I felt like I was following the instructions so carefully, and they still ended up looking all freaking weird and stuff. And I was honestly upset about it, and I was like, never again. But then Helen's Closet, love her to death, was releasing a pattern called the falconer pants. And if you don't know, my husband is a falconer. We have a red-tailed hawk named Martha. We love her so much. And I thought, isn't that fun? The falconer pants. I need to make those. And I did. I picked up this weird stretch denim from Joann. I stopped in after work and I was like, I gotta make these freaking pants. And I did. And you know what, you guys? Helen's Closet fly instructions, top notch. 0 issues, start to finish, a beautiful fly. Check this out. Look how good it is. And I just love it. They're like a slight barrel leg pants. There's also a wide leg view that you can make, which I haven't done yet, but I think I will. And the fit is just pretty nice. The only issue is that I don't remember what happened. For some reason, I was like, I'm going to increase the rise of these pants. Because I think following the measurement chart of the finished garment, I thought that I would want the rise to be a little bit higher. Big mistake. It was way too high and things were going crazy. So I ended up having to cut the pattern like here in the front, along every panel, basically, the front, sides, and back. And because of that, I didn't do a very good job securing these seams, and there is now a hole in my butt cheek, right there on the butt cheek. And then making these is also where I discovered this weird thing that happens with fabric here under my butt cheeks. Not sure if you can really see that because I don't know what you can see right now. But yeah, that's where I first noticed this is a thing that happens to me when I make pants with patterns, and we will see more of this as we carry on. But I love this. I'm gonna fix the little hole in the butt cheek, all right? Because initially I had a hole here and I had to patch that one up. So I just gotta do the same thing in the back and it'll be fine. Again, great pants for work. That's why there's a hole in the back, because I squatted down a little too excessively to pick up a huge bowl of dough, and my pants went, and I went, oh, and I could feel it. I felt it happen. It was really funny. So basically this pair of pants is like my toile, my wearable toile, if you will, because the fabric that I really wanted to make them out of was a crocus denim from Blackbird Fabrics. Would you like to see that pair? I think you would. Ladies and gentlemen, my favorite pair of falconer pants in the crocus bull denim from Blackbird Fabrics. I honestly can't get over how comfortable this pattern is for pants. Like they're quite fitted in a way, like they're not loosey-goosey, but they don't give you that like tight pants feeling that makes your tummy hurt and then makes you farty a bunch later on. I don't know if you experience that, but that happens to me if I wear jeans that are like too tight in the abdomen. I get like so gassy in like a really painful way, and it's not nice. And these pants do not give you that at all. They're so comfortable, but again, the butt. There's a weird fabric thing going on with the butt, and I think after this pair, I kind of figured out how to deal with that. And we'll see that in the future, but these pants, you guys, I love them so much. They're just so good. And these pockets, huge pockets. Love it. Next up, we have another pair of lane pants in this weird 100% polyester airflow fabric from Raspberry Creek. I bought it because it was super cheap and it looked like a good fabric just to make like a test version, a toile, etc. And so I just made a slightly more tapered leg version of the lane pants. And I do like how these ones fit a little bit more. They're so flowy and swishy. And for being polyester, surprisingly breathable. Like very nicely breathable. I guess that's why it's called airflow fabric. So just like a comfy, loosey-goosey pair of pants with cute little like Dalmatian spots in a way. And you know what? Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like these pants, you guys, could be dressed up or down. We could take these pants out on the town with a cute pair of like little sandals, the pink Cassidy Wrap top. I've worn that combo before and it's really cute. It's really cute. I dig it a lot. So last time I had a tote bag to show you guys that I had sewn. This time we have a real bag with a zipper and everything. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my bestie bag from BF Patterns. And I made it simply so I would have something to bring my sewing supplies to class with, because the next item is a pair of pants that I took a workshop for. How cute is this? Isn't this just the sweetest little bag you've ever seen? I got a little patch on there. It says fabric collector. The fabric is, I believe, a Ruby Star Society canvas. This bag has become my daily traveler. It comes to work with me. It comes shopping with me. I just love it. It's so cute. I kind of want to make the other sizes. There's like a mini one and then a bigger one as well. I think I'll be making those. Let's move on. So this next shirt I know is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I'm not even sure if it's my cup of tea, to be honest, but something was calling me about this stretch velvet pink fabric. I don't know why. I needed it. I saw it and I was like, I gotta have that. I want to sew something with that. Maybe just to like see what it was like. And I landed on this pattern, which is the lenne top from Lore PR. I like it a lot because, you know, there's lots of sleeve options. It's got like this cute little slash neckline. And I was like, ooh, new technique to learn. Never done a slash neckline. So we tried it. It was a little tricky. I had some troubles. I believe I have a sewing vlog where we made this shirt, so you can go check that out if you want to see how I struggle with this. But I thought this was so cute, the like little gathering up here in the side and like comes down. It's like kind of classy, kind of cool. I probably will never wear this in reality, in real life, because I don't know what I would wear it with, because it's a kind of fitted top and I don't really like fitted tops. So sometimes I just make things and then I'm like, why did I make that? So I'm trying to learn to be a little bit more intentional, perhaps. Just trying to make sure that the things I'm making are things that I'm actually going to want to wear and feel comfortable in. But I think in a better fabric, this is a beautiful pattern and yeah, has potential to be really, really cute. Maybe just isn't really something for me. You know how it is. Next item. Next up, we have this beautiful Revel topper from Sew House 7 in an Atelier Brunette Viscose Challis that I got from Stone Mountain & Daughter, I believe. Love this fabric. This was my first time sewing with a challis and I was a little scared. People said it was kind of tricky and slippery to work with, but this particular one has enough like texture to it that it was very easy. This was such a fast project and I love this shirt so much. I love the fit of it. I think it's so beautiful. There's so many sleeve options. Like this is I think this is technically the short sleeve version. And then there's like a longer sleeve one and then like a really big sleeve one. Very cool. I feel fancy and very like cool, smart, modern business lady when I wear this shirt. Like I'm cosplaying an adult. Because in my day-to-day life, I don't feel like an adult because I just play with flour and sugar and butter all day and that's my job. And so sometimes I like to come home and put on clothes that make me feel like I have like a big girl job. And this shirt makes me feel like that. Maybe that's silly, I don't know, but I like it. I love this shirt so much. She's so cute. And this shirt made me feel finally like comfortable enough to start posting about things that I've been sewing on Instagram to like my friends and family. And people have just been really nice and supportive about it. And it's very cute and I love it. That made me feel really nice. So we love this top very, very much. And I can't wait to make more items with this pattern. And the pants that I'm wearing, these are the pants that I made in a workshop. These are the worker trousers by Modern Sewing Co. And I made them in a 7-ounce brushable denim from Blackbird Fabrics. I believe the color is called Teak. I'm not a huge fan of these pants. I like how comfortable they are. And I like that you definitely can work in them, as they are called the worker trousers. There's so much room. You can squat down low. You can kick up high. You can move around. You can do anything that you need to do in these pants. But for me, I sized down 2 sizes. Again, according to the finished garment measurements, and they're still so big. Like right now, these are fresh out of a hot wash and a hot dry, so they're fitting pretty nicely. Like I wish this is how they fit after they had bagged out throughout the day, you know what I mean? But fresh out of the dryer, they're good. After I've been wearing them for about a full day, I can just pull them off without undoing them, and that's not ideal. We don't want our pants to be doing that. So that's not great, but other than that, they're pretty nice. I would say for sure, these pants are like my best construction-wise because I had an instructor helping us through. There was like a bunch of us who took a little class at Lakes Makery in Minneapolis. If anybody's interested, the whole class is there and it's really fun, really cool, good time. It's not their fault that I don't love the pattern and that it doesn't like super fit me, but I really just wanted to take a class where somebody would pretty much just kind of like hold my hand, especially through the zipper and like waistband process. Because even though my falconer pants, my Helen's Closet falconer pants turned out really, really well, I was like, just in case, let's go take a class. And we did. I had a good time and it was fun. And these are what I ended up with. I also made a shorts pair because I had extra fabric left over. We can try these on if you want. I haven't hemmed these ones yet, so I've just been kind of folding up the hems. But like, you guys, look how clean that fly construction is. Like, hello? I made that? Hello? That looks real good to me. I don't know about you, but I think I'm now very confident when it comes to doing flies and waistbands and like that kind of thing. I'm really confident doing that. So now that's exciting. It gives me the confidence to want to move on to other things. And how cool is that? Here we have the Reynolds Tank from Helen's Closet in a beautiful red viscose noir from Blackbird Fabrics. Some people say noil, How do you say it? What's your preferred way of saying it? Anyway, I love this tank. It is so, I also love this fabric, but I think them together, maybe not the best fit because it's kind of a spongy fabric. Square necklines can have a tendency to gape a little bit, and the sponginess of the fabric I think contributes to that quite a bit in this pattern. So this one I made with like no adjustments, and it definitely ends up being a situation where I should have done a full bust adjustment to change it, and I did do that in a couple testers later on, but I didn't like fully finish those, so it's not like a thing I can show you. But now I know in the future that a full bust adjustment really, really helps me with this pattern. It helps reduce a little bit of the gaping here because it brings up the armhole a bit, and then it also just brings the front down a little bit so it's not pulled up by my boobs too much. But I love this pattern so much. Like for me, this is such a great length of a cropped top. Like it's not too cropped, you know what I'm saying? It's a good amount of crop for me, and I'm kind of, I guess I kind of technically have a tall torso, long torso, I don't know. But for me, I like it very, very much. And I've also realized I love red. I love red now. I didn't know that. I didn't know that I liked red. I like red now. Who knew? Here we have the Seneca shirt from French Navy Patterns. You might remember this fabric from my last What I Made video because I made a wrap skirt out of it, and I had just enough to squeeze this pattern out of what was left over. I think I have like a semicircle of fabric left. It was hard to make it fit, but we somehow did it. Now, this pattern is supposed to have buttons down it, and it's ready to have buttons down it, but part of me is kind of like, I like how it looks without the buttons. I probably will go ahead and put the buttons on in the future. I have the buttons ready to go. So this is my second shirt that has like a full-on stand with like the collar and whatnot. And I think I did a pretty darn good job here. She's looking pretty nice, pretty clean, pretty good. I did a good job. Also, the back has a cute little detail. It's like got a little gathered spot and a little like hangy hook. So you can just like grab me by the hook while I'm walking by. Don't do that, that's mean. But yeah, I think this is really cute. In the future, if I made this again, I would probably just lengthen the front a little bit, or maybe even just do a full bust adjustment to it, just because, you know, when you don't do the full bust adjustment and you need it, you do end up losing a little bit of length down the front of the top, and that's not always fun. But I love this pattern. The instructions were really great. It was my first time doing a French Navy pattern, and I since then have bought a couple more because I liked it so much. And I'm looking forward to sewing them. And also, is it just me, or does anybody else love purple and red together? I'm very much into that at the moment. Loving the purple and red together. I think it's so much fun. Next item. Ta-da! Next up here we have the Ogden Cami by True Bias. Right? Is it True Bias? Yes. This is a very popular pattern in the sewing community. A lot of people love it, and I just had never made one until I finally did, and I know now why everybody loves it so much. It's just a great cami. It really is just a really fast to sew little camisole. Super cool. I'm not sure if I have it on the right way, because one thing about this pattern is if you don't put a tag in it, you're going to have a real hard time figuring out which is the front and which is the back, and I don't know if I have it on the right way right now. Hopefully I do. But yeah, it's just really cute to wear like this out on its own. You can tuck her in. She looks real cute tucked in. Very stylish, very cute. This fabric is a rayon challis, I believe, Lady McElroy, that I also got from Stone Mountain & Daughter. And this one was much harder to sew with than the other challis that I have, because this one is just flat, slippery. It doesn't have the texture that the other one did, but we managed. It was very tricky at first, but we managed, and I'm proud of me for figuring that out. So proud of myself. And now we have this cute little pink tank top. The fun thing that I love about sewing is that it makes me choose fabrics that I maybe wouldn't buy like as a ready to wear garment. You know what I mean? Like if I saw this, I probably wouldn't buy it, but I bought this fabric and I made it into a cool little cami, and I actually love it so much. Before I put this next item on to show you what it is, I have to show you that because of the Ogden Cami incident, where I don't know which is the front and the back, that led me to buying some tags. And so I put a tag in this one because this is also one where it's really hard to tell the back of the front, and I'm obsessed with tags now. I think they're so cute. These are obviously from Blackbird Fabrics because I'm a Blackbird Fabrics stan. Love them forever and always, and their fabrics are always gorgeous quality. Love it. All right, let's put it on. So this one's not going to look great with this cami on, but I don't have anything else to put on at the moment. Another popular item in the sewing community. We have the Henrietta skirt by Spaghetti Western Sewing. And I made it in this really pretty poppy poplin. I think it's a sand-washed poplin from Fluid and Drape. And I love a poplin. I love how like crisp it is. Listen to this. I love a poplin. Poplin is so nice. But this skirt is so fun because it's made up of like 4 panels basically, and then like this little like yoke on the side, and then you just do like gathers along the hip, which is very on trend at the moment. I love this skirt. I avoid skirts a lot, mostly because it's like annoying to wear them because I don't get like a ton of thigh rubbage, but when it's really hot out and I'm sweaty, then I do. But I finally invested, and by invested I mean there was a sale on some Thigh Society shorts, and those make a world of difference, let me tell you. They are amazing. And so I was like, we're gonna make a skirt. And so I did, and I'm so happy that I did because I actually love this skirt, and I don't think that I look too Little House on the Prairie on it. I'm sure that I very well could. Maybe I just don't see it. Maybe you see it, but that's okay. I love this skirt. I love it so much. It's so swishy. I just want to like wear it all the time. I wore it to go for dog walks when it was really hot out and it was so breezy and so cool. Highly suggest you make the Spaghetti Western Sewing Henrietta skirt. Do it. It's so fun. It was so fast. Honestly, one afternoon, boom, bop, bang, done. Pattern, printed, assembled, fabric cut, sewn, skirt done. So fast. It was so fast. I only have one more thing to show you that isn't really 100% finished. It's what I'm working on at the moment, but I'm gonna show you it anyway. And if you watch my videos, you've already seen it, but we're all gonna see it again together. So let me jump into that last item. Here we are. This is a hacked Ogden Cami, and I just followed instructions on her blog to make it like empire waist with kind of a gathered skirt. I was going back and forth with myself for so long about whether to just extend the cami down into like a longer dress or to just follow a tutorial or something. And I'm kind of kicking myself a little bit because I wish I had just done the cami lengthened, so it was just like a very casual dress. This dress isn't fully finished yet. I mean, it's still really cute. I really like it. This is a Summerberry Jumbo Check Washed Linen from Blackbird Fabrics. It's really breezy. It was beautiful to sew with, of course. I haven't like hemmed the bottom of it or anything, so that's why it's a maxi dress, because I wasn't sure how long did I want the dress to be in the end. I'm still not entirely sure how short we want to go with it, but I did make some little ties, so I will be adding ties to the side here so that I can tie it in the back to create like maybe a little bit more shape, which I think will be helpful in the long run of the whole silhouette. But you know what? It is very comfortable. There is something very comfortable about just a loose, flowy dress, especially being maxi. I didn't think that I would like a maxi dress, but I'm kind of digging it. It is just a little bit too long, so I'm trying to go upstairs. I trip on it, and that's not okay with me. I don't like that. I just felt that it was very appropriate to share all of my things that I have sewn recently with you in May, because it's me-made May. A lot of people hate that. A lot of people love it. And on Instagram, a lot of people will post all of their me-mades in May and trying to just, you know, get the wear out of the things that you've made. Especially because sometimes you make things and then you don't really wear them all the time, and that's kind of sad. So I think that's a really fun way for people to just share their makes and feel proud of their makes too, because you should feel proud of all the things that you've made. I feel proud of the things that I've made, even if they're not the best, even if they're not like the best quality things. I love them. And doing this was so much fun, putting all these clothes on. I'm a little bit exhausted right now. My mouth is so dry from talking so much. And very happy to have this opportunity to share with you all of these things that I have made. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you had a good time. Let me know in the comments, what's your favorite? What do you think is the best thing that I've made? I'd love to know. And if you have any pattern recommendations that you love to sew, let me know in the comments as well, because I know sometimes I miss out seeing some patterns, and it's fun to check them out. So thanks for hanging out with me, you guys, while I do fashion show for you. A Me Made May fashion show 2025 with me. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in another video. See ya!